It's old-time hockey, the way you're supposed to play. You throw a little lumber if a guy gets in your way. You play like Gordie Howe or Eddie fucking Shore. We can't all be Gretzky, some news or Bobby Orr's. Hey!
Jeremy Roenick certainly had a different path to the NHL. His family would move around a lot, but eventually would settle in Massachusetts in his late teens, where he would attend Thayer Academy in the U.S. hockey high school prep system. During the 86-87 season, he would play 24 games for Thayer and score 65 points. The following season, playing another 24 games and would score 84 points. Then he would go on to represent USA in the World Junior Championships, where he would lead Team USA with 9 points. At the end of the 88 season, Roenick had garnered so much attention that he was drafted out of high school in the 1988 NHL entry draft by the Chicago Blackhawks as the 8th overall pick in the first round. He was also taken to breakfast that same year by Wayne Gretzky to convince him to play for the Hull Olympiques of the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League, a team that Gretzky had partial ownership of. Roenick would appear in 28 games for the Olympiques and score 70 goals before going on to represent the United States at the 1989 World Junior Championships, where Roenick would once again go on to lead Team USA in points with 16, along with his line mates Mike Modano and John Leclerc, who would go on to score 41 points as a combined line, the most in Team USA history at the World Juniors. During that busy 88-89 season, Roenick would also make his NHL debut, playing in 20 games for the Blackhawks and scoring 18 points. It was during the 89-90 season that he would truly break out, playing in all 78 games, scoring 64 points, being a runner-up for the Calder Memorial Trophy. Roenick would dominate the NHL over the next 4 seasons, scoring 94, 103, 107, and 107 for the next 4 consecutive years, and in 92 and 93 would pass the 50-goal plateau in both seasons. Roenick's point production did suffer a bit of a downfall due to the shortened 94-95 season, and didn't quite live up to expectations the following year, scoring only 67 points in 66 games. He was traded in the offseason to the Phoenix Coyotes and would start the 96-97 campaign in Arizona. Now at this point, Roenick was a bit of an aging player and never could quite recapture the scoring pace that he had during the early 90s. But his point production didn't suffer much, as for the next 5 seasons in Phoenix, he never dipped below 50 points in a single season, and had a stretch from 1999 to 2001 where he would score 70 points or more in 3 NHL seasons. In 2001, Roenick would sign a 5-year deal with the Philadelphia Flyers. Roenick would spend the next 3 years in Philadelphia, where his points production did begin to dip. He would take the 04-05 lockout season off to recuperate and rest. During this time, the Philadelphia Flyers acquired the services of Peter Forsberg, and to keep their team under the salary cap, when play resumed in the 05-06 season, Roenick was once again traded, this time to the Los Angeles Kings. At this point in his career, Roenick was more of a journeyman and a locker room leader rather than a point producer. But he could still light the lamps and put his name on the score sheet. Roenick would only spend 1 year in Los Angeles before re-signing with the Phoenix Coyotes. After the disappointing 06-07 campaign in Phoenix, which only saw him score 28 points, rumors began to circulate that Roenick would retire from hockey. After having already spent 18 seasons playing in the NHL, having played in more than 1,000 games and scoring 1,000 points at this point in his career, it was certainly reasonable for Roenick to hang him up. But he wasn't done quite yet, as he signed a $500,000 1-year contract to play as the San Jose Sharks' checking line center. He would have somewhat of a bounce-back year, playing in 69 games and scoring 33 points for the Sharks. Roenick would sign another 1-year deal with the Sharks for the following year, but his play was limited to just 42 games in the 08-09 season, which saw him tally only 13 points. In total, Jeremy Roenick would play in 1,363 NHL games, scoring a total of 513 goals, 703 assists for a total of 1,216 points, putting him 5th all-time in American-born NHL points leaders. He was a 9-time NHL All-Star, a 1-time Olympic silver medalist, but could never capture that Stanley Cup championship, only appearing once in the Stanley Cup Finals in a loss to the Pittsburgh Penguins in 1992. But despite that, Jeremy Roenick was inducted into the United States Hockey Hall of Fame in 2011, and in 2024 was inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame. An achievement well deserved for JR.
It's old time hockey.